Well, good morning to you. Again, you will not be seeing this video on the day that we do it. Today is the 4th of October. We've just finished a live vlog between St.LawrenceGap and where we are, and that was called Search for Serenity, and it's on today's date. So if you're going through our YouTube lives, you will see that there, and you will see all of the coastline from St.LawrenceGap, where we call St.LawrenceGap still Wyndham, the entire way along the actual cliffs, as close to the cliffs as physically possible. Showing everything about that, so you can always go and explore that for yourself. We're actually more going to concentrate on this general spot here now, and this of course will be Harrismith Beach. We've done 4Ks of Palmetto, we've done 4Ks of Bottom Bay, and we now want to give you a comprehensive walkthrough of Harrismith Beach again. It is absolutely breathtaking and stunning, and as natural as you can possibly believe. Just stunning conditions. We'll talk a little bit more about that hull of that boat on the beach when we get down there. However, we're going to make our way from here along the cliff. A lot of people come to Harrismith. I won't say a lot, but the ones that come here generally would stay on the other side, where they will park their cars by the old house itself and take pictures from numerous viewpoints up there, which we'll stop at each one and show you the different views that you can capture pictures from if you are interested in it. And then we're going to take you right around up through by the old house. We can take you down on the beach, walk about a little bit, talk a little bit about the beach, and let you see what this place is really like. It's absolutely stunning. We were super impressed earlier on this morning when we were able to get a signal out here for a live vlog. I thought I was going to be stuck having to just say good morning to everyone on the point, and then we found some extremely high readings, which are, well, high meaning good in this case, or low meaning good in this case here, like exceptionally good. So we decided what we'd do is we'd do a walkthrough of that area in a fairly good resolution, probably 1080. I think is what we probably achieved, and now we're going to give you the real high res for this beautiful area. Alright, so just like both the other beaches just to the north of here, first being Bottom Bay, just around the corner, but that grove of coconut trees, that is Bottom Bay, and then beyond that is Palmetto Bay, the next stop of where there's sand. Both of those and this one here and all the others basically on the southeast side have walkways behind all of the bush area here, and it's mainly because of the, I think it's because of the shade that, shades in general from the afternoon, 12 o'clock on, so there's not very good growth underneath where it's not getting the light, and then the above bush which grows up comes over and sort of like forms it. But a lot of people do generally, here again, not a lot, a few people do generally walk behind here on occasion. So this is why we like to rate this beach a +4. +4 does not mean that you cannot come here and take your pictures and walk around and have a look around and stuff. And it doesn't mean anything else, but just our way of telling you that we want you to exercise caution. We generally would say if you're coming here and laying out your towel for the day and just laying out flat and enjoying the day and with you and your partner, we would recommend you bring 2 other people with you or more. So +4. That's only because somebody's alert at all times, whether that's off a towel, getting a drink, putting on lotion on their partner, or whatever the case may be, and somebody's usually alert. So when there's an alert person, it sort of like gives you a boundary of security. So that's why we recommend that. Not that you can't come here and do yourself alone if you want, because we're going on the beach alone, we were walking about. But if it was, I myself personally wouldn't bring Jeannette here and lay out the towel with our cooler unless we had more people with us, because it's not a regularly used beach. It is very secluded and very isolated. So we'll show you how isolated it is as we walk around, but we just want to mention that to you. So this is one of our +4 beaches. Palmetto, +4 beach as well. Bottom Bay, it's okay because you get a lot of people down in there. So you go down there, put on your towel and drop sleep, and you'll be fine anyhow. Alright, so we're going to walk this direction here now. Alright, so out here the coral is pretty rounded off because this area will be traveled fairly often, whether it be by fishermen or whether by people that may come over here to take a picture or whatever the case may be. Areas such as this you got to be careful for, because as you can see under these rocks, these are all breakaway rocks. There was a little small cliff here that would have fallen in over time. However, right through here they are them as well, so don't think you're just stepping over onto grass, because you will drop down between one of those cracks. So be careful when you're exploring these areas. As we always say, please buy a pair of hikers. They're expensive, but they will save your foot, I can guarantee you, and a lot of unpleasantness and pain. So that way then you can walk across here, just test underneath each foot stride with your boots on, knowing that if you do step on something that's sharp, it will not cut you or puncture your shoes if you had on software or slippers. I wouldn't recommend slippers on coral, period, because slippers will tend to catch on everything, so you will get thrown on quite easy. You do not want to hit this coral out here. Right now it's smooth here. You could touch here, sit down on it. But all along here to St. Lawrence and other areas on the southeast, east, and also part of the very southern tip of the island and north of the island, sharp, razor sharp. So you don't want to be touching them wrong at all. It's beautiful up here, really beautiful. I'm so happy to be able to bring you out here. I should say we are so happy because Jeanette's in my heart, although she's not here with me. She's aware of where I am, what I'm doing, because this is what we're doing together, although she's not physically here on the island. This is what we're doing together. We're bringing the beauty of Barbados through our hearts, and that is what we're doing right now. We say through our eyes, but what comes through our eyes goes through our hearts and then comes to you, because this is stunning. Well, how can I not find serenity out here? You know, I said the other day to a friend of mine, he said, how in the world could I not find serenity out here, or peace, or leave everything else that's really bothering me back wherever I came from and come out here and enjoy this myself? Don't worry, we're coming back here and taking pictures after this video, so we're gonna have all these on stills for you. I just want to come through and do this here before that convection decides it's gonna burst and put a damper on our video that we've intended for today. All right, so we can bring you around again as close to the cliff as possible here. I'm a little further off of it. I got a little lazy there, a little careless, so let's get a little closer up to it and show you all along here that we were just talking about, and show you how all underneath the undergrowth here is areas that you can be in and hang out in. I know I saw one of my friends down here a little earlier on, or a fellow that I know, so yeah, I know this is another area, so you can just cool out behind here. This would go right along under the cliff, a very easy access to under the cliff and along here. So these are the reasons why we mention when you're coming to these beaches, if indeed you are by yourself, don't go and lay up underneath the bush. Let it ways away from the vegetation and growth, because you want to perform or put up a safety barrier, you know, room between you and an area that you can't see. And you will have seen the beach down here, you would have seen the heavy growth on the inside section of the cliff. We've just shown you up behind that growth, so you're aware of what it looks like now. We're going to walk a little bit slightly inland here, not too far, just go around this grove of trees and stuff. I butt up on a beehive here down here the other day. I don't want to butt up on one again, so I'm just going to take it away from the cliff slightly. We're going back down on the cliff. We're just going to take it on the general footpath. So if you want to go to St.LawrenceGap from here, there are tracks like this that lead away from the cliff. You can walk down quite comfortably in whatever you have on. However, remember again, with the growth of grass, you're going to find little pieces of Barbados such as this that's not coming up like a big rock that may be covered by grass, and you're walking across, slam your foot in that, you know what's going to happen to you. That is not moving. That is a piece of Barbados that is not moving anywhere, I can assure you of that. Convection, light winds off of the southeast today. So the light winds over the hot island, hitting any seawater on the other side, which is cooler, you're going to get that happening. Convection build up. Very hot in Barbados at the moment. We said we're going to show you all a little lookout, so that's what we're going to do. We said we're going to do this comprehensively. That's what we're going to do. We said that we're going to walk all of our 4K walks as though they're live vlogs and talk to you the same as though we were here with you on the live vlog, because we want you to feel and sense that you are actually here with us as we're doing this here. So we're doing exactly what we do. We're going step by step, stride by stride, side by side. And we're doing that because we don't want to be bringing you showing you little sections of anything. We want to show you in depth of what this island has and the beauty that this island holds for you, just waiting on you, you know. All right, so just one of the other lookout points. Yes, we could have stayed up in the top section, but I want to show you. So we're just going to show you the lookout points out here. So all along here again, lookout points. So when you're down here on the beach, don't think that the only way you can see you is if you come on the steps and walk to you. All along the cliffs, same lookout points all along here. Some very scenic. We'll make our way across to the other one just over there in a minute. We can go back out though. I don't know if you're jumping across rock right now. It's too hot, and to be honest with you, I've already talked for an hour or close to an hour, so I'm just going to take my time, put my energy into my talking so I can re-energize and revitalize myself all over again. So, I try my sales pitch. All right, you can get this here along certain sections. This coral here is very old and weathered underneath, obviously not porous at all. So it's holding this water stagnant. I don't see any larvae in it, but there's potential for larvae if it's not there already. But you'll find this here in certain areas as well too. So you have to exercise caution when you're walking in areas that are overgrown, because you may approach that, not see it, look around, take a picture, boom, it upside down inside of that. So you'll see there's a fairly well trodden path here. You're going to find these all along the cliffs in Barbados. Some really close on the cliff, some a little further in. Too much bush and too much density over there to go and fight to get through it to show you, because we will walk across the same place and we're going to come back to the same viewpoint. So we're going to take you to the viewpoints a little bit easier. You can walk with us. We're not in a rush to anywhere. Hopefully you're not either. If you are, remember, pause, come back, join us again. I want to show you the lookouts I said I would do. I want to let you see the kind of photos that you can take back home to your friends, family and loved ones. Again, you can see the kind of obstacle courses that you can encounter. I definitely say, look, it's worth to bring your hikers and put them on, or put them in the car, so if you need them, you can put them on easily. Again, you're going to need a pair of good beach shoes if you're exploring Barbados. Do not come to Barbados to think you're going to walk long stretches of beach and boardwalk areas and stuff like that without shoes. Look at, even for example, Hastings Boardwalk. You can find some of those screws working their way back up, and I've seen many people cut their feet on Hastings Boardwalk walking. So you know, it's nice to have beach shoes. Just put them on, take them off if you need water in your hand. They're light, they're easy, but get the ones that strap on, not the ones that slip on. You get the ones that slip on, as soon as you get into water, the water is going to hold like a balloon or like an umbrella, and pull them off your foot, or a parachute. Pull them off your foot. So you got a pair that are strapped on, ones that have holes in the bottom. They're small perforated holes in them, so that the water that gets up through the upper breathable surface can escape through the bottom without again sagging or becoming a parachute. Look at the viewpoints around here. Look, not only just looking at the ocean, but look at this little elevated view that we have that's giving us this spectacular view up here. What a beautiful place, huh? Stunning. If you're seeing this here, you're seeing one of our 4K collection of the hidden beaches and treasures of Barbados. We can say that name quite comfortably now, because if you are seeing it, that would have been established. We are going around getting 4K resolution of many areas that we've covered in the past that were bad condition, and also what we call the hidden treasures, places that you would not generally drive on an island tour. Generally, an island tour, you want taking as much of the island as possible. You will plot routes all over the place, and most people will say, I got to see the east of the island, I got to see north of the island, I'll forget about the southeast. This is the southeast of Barbados. This is the most beautiful section of this island for these types of coves. Absolutely breathtaking, and the beautiful thing about it is there are no inhabitants right on the cliff itself. So you get people up here, yes. You will get people that hang out up here, yes. You will get people from below the residences who come up and use this beach, yes. But what you will not have is, you will not have homes overlooking the beach. You will have the sense that you're on this deserted and secluded island when you come to this beach. You will see, because we're going to take you down there in a minute. The convection down there really building. It's getting really hot today. We've been going through some really hot temperatures. I had to put a stress on the really hot, because they are really hot temperatures. Very uncomfortable. Everyone is walking around with a towel, you know, wiping their face, wiping themselves down. Seeing people walking about with little face towels and hankies over their head. A lot of hats on. For example, today I have on sombrero. Now, she does not like to see me in this, but a day like today, if I don't put this on, I'd be really foolish, because I can look stupid, but I'm not foolish. They're two totally different things, and I gotta make sure as much as possible. So, Jeanette, that was actually a picture for you. You can hold that one. She's got to be cruel. Up here you will find cows generally tied underneath these shaded areas, of course. Don't see any at the moment. Down the distance, yes, but imagine that poor cow, what that is enduring right now. This area, last times we were up here, we're in drier times of the year, so it wasn't quite as overgrown as it is right now. So you just take our time. Remember, this grass likes to lay itself across paths, so be careful. Not only may you step on one side and then go into it and get your foot lassoed, but they can also intertwine with the other side as well. So you can walk across here dragging your feet literally and get caught up in one of those there and get thrown down. So just be careful. You know, we know that everybody here has common sense, but we just want to make you aware of certain things that we come across in case the beauty of Barbados captivates you so much you throw caution to the wind and start looking everywhere else but where you're supposed to be looking when you're walking. All right, these are the official steps going down. I remember when I had some railings going down here years and years ago. I've been coming to these places for a long time, frequenting them a lot in the last 3.5 years, but in general I've been coming to these places for a very, very long time. So these steps here, superior to Palmetto Bay, not as good as Bottom Bay. Bottom Bay, as we had mentioned, you know, it's a much more commercial beach. That's actually used as a stop for a lot of people on their island tours. People go to Bottom Bay, don't ever know about Harrismith, or don't ever know about Palmetto Bay and other areas that we're showing you. We found some hidden beaches further on. We have videos of them that are going to blow your mind. They're small beaches, not as big as this, but beautiful. And again, areas that you don't get anyone. So we're going to be showing you some sort of like unseen beauty in Barbados very soon, bit by bit. All right, from this elevation here, we can show you what we talk about tracks. So as you can see, clearly makeable to walk through here very easily and discreetly and quietly. The other side as well, but a little further down. So you will understand what we were saying when we get further down the beach, or what we said before about, you know, the element of not being alone. People can get from one side of this beach, the other side of this beach, you do not know because they're not coming in front of the vegetation where you are. Look at your footpaths. So these are kind of things. So if you're on this beach here, you're relaxing, and you're with your partner or relaxing by yourself, there's no question that the serenity, actually, you know what? I'm going to walk you back through here though. I want you all to actually experience that. No, I'm not editing this out. This is going to be played as it is. The only way we edit is if there's a picture quality problem or something goes wrong like that. But otherwise, that will show you this. I'm going to walk you to this beach in silence. Here we go. Wow, that was called a turn or a spin in serenity and peace. Absolutely breathtaking out here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Don't worry, we're not stopping here. We're walking up and down this beach. We want to give you a comprehensive view of what Harrismith is like. All right, so a few years back, I think it was just before COVID, there was a couple of guys, or a few guys, that were running drugs between the other Caribbean islands and Barbados, and they were being chased by the Coast Guard. And they landed their vessel here on this beach and ran. Under here, I don't know if it's still immediately under here, but for years this hull has been sitting here, and it had two very big powerful engines on the back. Those engines have sunk into the sand over the course of time, or being removed, but I know they were going down. They were here for like a long time. They wouldn't be any use to anyone for the lifetime they were here, being getting soaked by the sea conditions. But the hull is still here because it's a wooden hull. If it was fiberglass, that would have been broken up a long time ago. But it was based on a wooden hull. It's a pirogue, which is the type of boat you'll find down in some of the Grenadine Islands and stuff like that. This is why you got to call it breathtakingly beautiful. I know the last time in September, October, that we've walked any of the beaches in Barbados on this side or even on the south and seen no sargassum. This is definitely lighter than last year. Last year being lighter than the year before. I found heaviest year that I have found personally was 2015. And since then it was really, really heavy, but last year we had a little reprieve, and this year we're having a much bigger reprieve, thank goodness, because although it does serve its purpose by holding sand, cosmetically, you know, it doesn't give us the impression of the beauty of when it's like this. Not that it's not beautiful, but this is exceptionally beautiful. This is as good as it gets. Old Harrismith's house. It's beautiful. The cliffs, incredible. All right, we can continue walking. There's a cave down here, very similar to Bottom Bay. You know, if I took a beach picture here, or a couple pictures at different angles here that I know, I could probably make you think that this is Bottom Bay, with the exception that Bottom Bay doesn't have any grass growing in front of the cave there. However, it's very similar. This here and Palmetto Bay are about the same size, as in physical size. Bottom Bay being a little bit bigger than the two of those. This I would say probably is Bottom Bay, then this, and then Palmetto being the smaller of the three in this general area. But remember, there are a lot of beaches up here. There are tons of beaches up here. So this is just a couple of them that we're talking about. Absolutely beautiful. We started our walk just on top of that cliff there. I remember sitting on the outer rock there quite a few times as young. I remember climbing off there and racing on the beach. Remember in our teenager years when we used to do a lot of beach, a lot of our friends and family. Do a lot of things when we were younger that doesn't really happen now as it used to be. And the days we're talking about, the beach would be right out here to where you see this ledge just above the moss, where you're actually seeing a clean faced ledge here. Sand would have been all up there on certain times of the year, so this beach would have been much, much thicker than it is right now. I remember at the Crane, for example, you could walk from what we call the Crane Beach 2, which is the one to the north of the Crane Hotel, not the one in front of the hotel, but the one that goes around the corner. I remember you used to be able to walk around the front of that cliff. Now the only way to get over to Shanty or Ginger Bay Beach would be via the cave, but before you used to be able to walk around the entire outer edge. But beautiful out here, shaded area, very similar to what we had mentioned before. Absolutely stunning. Look at this here. I'm going to go as far up in this hole here and let you see what this is like. I'm going to give you 20 seconds here that you can breathe this in for yourself. You're in Barbados right now with us, so enjoy this here. We didn't really want to move it around. We wanted to just take what was going on just in front of you and just relax without trying to refocus on a whole set of stuff. Just take that picture in front of you, turn that into peace and serenity for yourself. It is beautiful, 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 beautiful out here. I mean, absolutely spectacular, absolutely lovely. See a little small section here between the main island itself and the breakaway rock. But you don't want to be going up inside there because sometimes the swell will come through, catch you and throw you into these coral cliffs. So be careful, especially when there's a swell running, or especially like this time of year when there are tropical systems to the north of the island, because you know a rogue swell may break off and come in this direction, and that could be like 3-4 times bigger than what you're seeing right now, and it can happen like immediately without any kind of notice or heads up at all. You just obviously see everything looking a little bit different, and then shadows come through the bigger set. Beautiful though. This is just absolutely spectacular. So as we mentioned before, Bottom Bay was used in Outer Banks. It was used as their deserted island that they were stranded on for a period of time. So you will see the cave there and stuff. The photography in that is brilliant all through all these series, but from 2 on are the ones where you will get to see more and more Barbados. 1 didn't have too much of Barbados, but from number 2, especially number 3, was based here, and 4 as well. So you'll see a lot more Barbados, but the way they have done it and the way they've filmed it, I would have to say it's like trick photography, because there sometimes you'll see in the background, for example, St. John's Church from a beach that you can't see St. John's Church from. So the cinematography in it is just absolutely exceptionally good. So have a look at that, because it's a lot of fun to identify where in Barbados you are, where in Barbados the scene is, and it's a lot of fun, especially if you're with a couple of your friends and guessing and, you know, seeing who has more knowledge about it. Definitely a lot of fun. We haven't stopped. We're getting right up to the other extreme end of this beach here. We just want to show you the stunning beach that we're on. I honestly, when I finish this vlog, or this video I should say, this 4K, because we're not messing around when we're doing it. We're not stopping to do anything else. When we finish this, I'm going to change over and I'm going to come back down here and do some still shots. And I'm going to do some readings. And if I get a good signal reading, I'm going to call up a group of my loved ones that they have in a group there. And I'm going to show them this and tease the you know what out of them, because they love Barbados so much. They have flags of Barbados flying in front of their property, and it's not here we're talking about in the States. So States, another place in the world, people fly their flags. My sister Tash, she lives in Florida, between Florida and Tennessee, and every Independence Day she gets out her bicycle, puts her Barbados flag on it, and rides the neighborhood celebrating independence. You can take a Barbadian and put them anywhere in this world, but they're going to carry Barbados' pride with them, because Barbados is an amazing place. Anyone that doesn't think so has either had a terrible experience here that could happen anywhere else in the world, or they have expected something that is not here, so their expectations are not met, so they don't think they've had an amazing vacation. Another view again of the pathway coming through. That's the only way on. Well, there are other ways off because you can go through any bush to come out, but that is the only steps that leave this bay. So you have to walk from here through there. So these are only little things we like to point out to you. You know, if you're down here for an entire day with your towel out and then you get up, you start shaking off and stuff, you know, it's obviously you're coming back up that road to come in. If you're walking around taking pictures, you're here for such a couple of minutes of stuff, take your pictures and you leave. So use this as a 4K for me if you can. I know some people that come down here by themselves with their partners and are contented to go anywhere up here. I wouldn't do it. It's not saying that you can't do it, but I live by certain safety factors in my life, and as one would not be to come down here and put my towel and lay it out here with no one else around or no one brought with me. I wouldn't do that. It wouldn't be, to me, sensible really. It's a hot day, so this camera may overheat. I'm hoping we get through this video before it does. Got a few sea fans here as well. Very similar to you saw at St. Lawrence Beach, at Bottom Bay, and also at Palmetto Bay. It's inside reef here. So sometimes in parts of the year you'll find all the sand from in here. Most of it's eaten out from the inside of the actual, between the reef and the actual beach further up. So you get a nice little trough you can pull out in. Otherwise, so that you can just dip down there away from the actual coral itself. But look at the surge, look at the backwash, and look at the undertow. So if you are not familiar with everything I've just said there, not experiencing everything I just said there, don't go in that sea. This is a calm day. Look at that. All that suck back there, unless you're a really stable or extremely strong swimmer and know to work with tides, you're going to get pulled out of your depth, and you're going to get destroyed out here if you're trying to get back in with a shore break. Alright, similar to the other beaches we've been to as well in this area, the cliffs over a period of time have got more weight than it can handle because the underneath is eaten out, similar to the ones you're seeing there. Remember, they're taking sea continuously, so every day pieces of that cliff or underneath the cliff, underneath the ledge itself there, is getting eaten out by the natural and raw elements and power. So it has to the point of where it will eat out further and further inward until the support under it is not strong enough to maintain the lift of the actual cliff, and it drops off, similar to this here and all along here. These would have been a part of the cliff originally. You can see the cracks up there. That's what basically happens. So over a little period of time, you're going to find that this cliff here is going to eat out more and more underneath the ledge that we showed you. It's going to drop off. You can see the cracks there just waiting to happen. Before that happens though, the weight starts to occur on the inner side of that crack, and therefore start new cracks, which the whole cycle will continue to return on. Beautiful, beautiful. This is the entire length of Harrismith Beach. I'm going to do some photos up here in a few minutes time, but I want to make sure we do this comprehensive walk through, which is going to be still involving the house in a few minutes with you, but we want to show you how beautiful it is. Absolutely gorgeous up here. Conditions today extremely hot. I have on a sombrero, as you would have seen before. I mean, I normally just put on either a peak cap or don't wear anything. Usually a cap though, because I've been taking a lot of licks in my head from surfing for years without sunblock, without any hair either, because I used to shave bald. So I have a lot of scalp issues. So I generally will wear a hat when I'm going in the sun. So you would normally see me with a cap on, but today sombrero. Need a little more shade, just a little more shade. This is like, this week so far we were outdoors from, let me see, Monday we did, where did we do Monday? I can't remember what we did on Monday. It will come back to me. But Monday we did a live vlog, and then we did some high resolutions. I think we did Monday was, one day we did up at Bell Point. Can't remember offhand. Anyhow, we did a lot of, oh yes, Bel Air was Monday. The cliffs of Bel Air between Shark Hole and actual Bel Air itself we did on Monday. And then we continued and came up east and did some hidden beaches. Tuesday we did the same thing. Wednesday we took a little breather. We went down and did a piece of the west coast for you, and we also did a preview of Q. Thursday we went out and did yesterday a live video up by the East Point, again up by Culpeper Island. We also did another 4K resolution, and then we did some lengthy Q&A community vlogs. And then today, well, we've done a live one before, about an hour walk between St.LawrenceGap and here, and then we're going to do this here comprehensively, let you see what Harrismith is all about. Talk to you a little bit about it, not really history really, just about what it is and what I remember of it in my time frame. But you can always research it because it is very interesting history. Some conflicts on it, but there's some interesting history on on this place here itself. Very interesting. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What can I say, no? So the sargassum here, taking its good benefits, all under this section here, spongy. You can see how deep my shoes are going in, not down below, because that's sand, it's moving all the time with the tides, but walking down here was fairly deep, and that is because of the spongy effect of the sargassum being buried under the sand, and then it's decaying and breaking down, but it does hold the sand, it helps to hold the sand in place for a period of time, and then it'll break down. So you'll find, even in the ocean, sometimes you go to Miami Beach, not Enterprise, in Miami Beach, the lower side facing ice ends, you go there, and you walk out, and while you're walking out into the sea, you'll feel yourself go like ankle deep in the sand, and it's because under it is sargassum sometimes. Not this year, but in general, it'll be a big build-up sargassum, sand lands on it, and then it's still spongy and stuff on your feet as you're going through until it actually decays and sand settles right down. It's a really beautiful area. I'm not tired, and my breath is not going. My mouth is ready to roll again, but all I'm doing is I'm bringing to let you enjoy some peace. So we're going to go up here quietly. These steps, very similar, pretty much like the ones at St. Lawrence, to the northern end of St. Lawrence Beach. That one there, the edges are broken off a little bit more. They do have a railing, but those steps are a little tricky as well. These are not as good as Bottom Bay. Bottom Bay, as I said, is commercialized beach. A lot of work has gone in out there to make sure it's safe to go down with the new, well, not new, but reinforced the railing. And then you get Palmetto, which is, this makes Palmetto look, well, Palmetto makes this look flat. That's how Palmetto makes it, because all these steps here would be maybe another 2 or 3 inches off the width of them. They'll be a little bit higher, and the angle will be much, much higher than this. So that is the one that you've got to be careful of, especially, well, going down or going up. Because going up, you don't get your full foot on the step, and going down, when you're coming down, you tend to fall off the fronty step, which is already chipped and breaking. So you need to exercise caution, especially Palmetto. Here, of course, too, because you don't want to fall here and roll down there, or drop off to the sides. So you want to exercise caution. Remember, don't throw caution to the wind. You want to see beautiful Barbados. You don't want to see it by being injured. Now the lookout point. So we will show you them all. This is some beautiful photos. You can go to all the different points we've been to, and the ones we're going to, take photos, and unless you put the house in it, you're not even sure it's the same place. Is that not beautiful? That deserves 20 seconds. EMC photo op for you. I hope you enjoyed that little break there. Not only a break, just to sit and look at stuff and actually take it in and absorb it. Because looking at one spot like this here for 20 seconds gives you the chance to really analyze everything here and put it all together as though you're standing on this cliff and viewing it for yourself. If we are spinning all the time, focus keeps changing. So you tend to lose, to me anyhow, you tend to lose a little bit of the serenity and peace that you get from this kind of stationary 20-second photo op. This is so beautiful. I mean, absolutely spectacular. Don't worry, we can take these in captures for you shortly, hopefully, if all goes well after this video. We will start doing a couple of still shots and stuff, and we will have them in our archives to be sharing with you on the days that we don't actually come out here and do vlogs. We still share on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, just to make sure everybody gets a sense of love and need, and not, well, us needing you, us looking for your companionship, not needing, but looking for your companionship, because it's what boosts us and energizes us, inspires and encourages us. This was your old stables here at one time. They said it's Harrismith's house. You need to look this up for yourself. I do remember it when I was a little fella coming through out here, playing around and exploring along these cliffs as well. I remember this house here when it had all of its floorboards, all the walls, all the doors. Well, not some of the doors are off, but majority doors are on. All the floorboards are intact. Steps going up the upstairs floor was intact. The actual upstairs flooring was on. The roof was on. So all that has happened over the years since I have known it anyhow. This must have been one beautiful property in its heyday. Gee wee. Again, more lookout points. So we're changing up the perspectives here completely. So again, you come here, you take this same picture of the same beach without showing the other area we just looked at just now, and what do you have? A brand new location. That's how it looks, because the whole tuft of trees, of coconut trees, has now changed and shifted in your vision. So it's making everything look completely different. So same beach, different view. And you're going to see that on all these different lookout points here until we get to the end of up here. I'm going a little closer for you now. You're going to see some possible graffiti in here. I hopefully I'll be able to pick it up if there's any vulgar one beforehand. Maybe it's been cleaned off. But if you do see it, forgive me. But can you imagine waking up in the morning? I'm not even talking about this floor, the upstairs floor, to a sunrise overlooking this beach. My goodness gracious. I can imagine it because I can visualize that kind of stuff. I can appreciate the serenity and the peace and the sheer or jaw-dropping beauty that you would have seen out here. And here, not really deemed safe because a piece of it fall down quite often, so you got to be careful. But when I was a young fella, all through here, the floorboards were in. So you could have walked through his house and seen basically where the kitchen was, where the gallery was. This would have been the gallery area looking out, maybe an eating area or something. Dining room area here, kitchen further in the back section, because you would have seen the kitchen with the furnaces or the smoke escapes and stuff. But upstairs, huge. This would have been one massive house, and as you can see, the main structure, really thick solid stone of Barbados. That's the kind of stuff that doesn't move easily. I remember here, this is open right around. I remember walking around this gallery with all the doors in the latter days, or earlier days, with all the doors locked off before you could actually see up inside. And then the latter time, they locked off the building, and then as time has gone on, everything has dropped apart, roof has dropped in, doors have dropped off, doors have been broken off, etc. But this is Harrismith South. I want to show you, we just talked about looking out on a morning sunrise. We've actually done some photos from here at sunrise in one of our vlogs. We stopped and did some photos, and the sun was actually coming up outside this window. Can you imagine a view from upstairs looking out? Every morning waking up to views such as these here, it would have been spectacular. I mean, quite spectacular. I don't know why it's never been rebuilt or been taken over or done anything with it. You know, I know that it's just sitting here doing nothing, but commercializing this area now would really put to me a sort of like a dent on the beauty of up here. So I wouldn't like to see them commercialize this area, to be real honest with you. It's just too beautiful for that. Again, going back to lookout points here that you look and see. We did say we're going to show you them all, so that's what we're going to do. I will be back to get photos from all these in a few minutes time. I have my old camera with lines all up through the screen, but it doesn't show when you take the pictures. So if I need to go and get that, I'll do so if I don't have energy on this, or if it gets over hot, because it does usually get overheated when we're doing vlogs and this kind of heating, especially when, or videos, especially when we're running like 4K, where it's really working the camera. Beautiful lookout points, man. So all under here, you're gonna have paths running. We sure do that for the lower side. So you're on the beach. I just paint this picture for you to let you understand where we keep stressing to make sure and raise your security levels when you come to areas like this. You can be on this beach lying down with your partner anywhere in this beach. First of all, you're visible from the entire cliff, so no one even has to come down there to see you on the beach. Secondly is that someone then can come down the steps, walk straight down the bottom of the steps, turn left or turn right, and walk the way under this cliff where you're not going to see them. So you'll be on this beach and you will think you're alone, and you're not alone. I'm only telling you that because sometimes the bushes have eyes, and you know, I just don't want you to find yourself in a situation of where you're not aware of what could happen, because we don't want to bring you somewhere, show you somewhere that's absolutely beautiful, somewhere that's going to make you say, I'm going to go there with my girlfriend or boyfriend or my partner or whatever, next time go to Barbados, and then you not be told about these paths. Because when you come here, you're going to be so blown away by looking around. Even this old derelict building here just blows your mind when you look at it. It's just amazing. So you're going to come here, you're going to put yourself in a position here where you're going to relax on the beach, and you're not going to know what's going on around you. So just making sure that you're aware of what can happen, not saying it's going to happen, just raising your awareness of what could happen. We said before, areas underneath here all are walkable and accessible. Here we go again. So you're seeing what's happening here. Basically underneath the cliff itself, shade is on it all the time, trees grow above, you get blown back with the wind, lay onto the cliff and leave the underneath section, and also the well walked area as well. You can see the path, it goes all under the cliff here. So again, I'm not saying there's a problem. I just saw one of my friends that I've seen many times on this beach down there on the trees. I didn't go over and interview him because I don't know how comfortable he is with the camera. But if I didn't see him from on top of the cliff and we didn't speak earlier on between the live and on this video, I may not have seen him until I was right there. So it's good to be aware of what's going on if you're going to a beach like this here and spending the day. Please use a +4 on this area. There's nothing wrong with having 4 people on this beach and enjoying themselves together. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. All right, we're going to take another walk around here again. We're going to continue on the cliff section here until we get to our last lookout at this here. And then we're going to show you where Bottom Bay is. You would have seen our high resolution of Bottom Bay the other day. You would know the kind of quality that we're looking for you. What we're going to be bringing to you, such as this one here right now. And that is because we want to bring you the absolute best quality possible. We saw one of these pools just over there, everything else bone dry. So you'll see this is maintaining the water in it. It is not absorbing it at all. So in here is probably fairly solid. I don't know what's in the bottom of that. It's keeping it like that. It looks like a swimming pool almost. But beautiful views of this beach and of the surrounding cliffs, just stunning. When I'm talking to you all the words that I'm saying are coming from my heart. They're not coming from a script or from notes that I had or from anything like that. I speak and Jeannette speaks freely from our heart. We don't try and rehearse anything. You know, we like to bring a lot of life's matters in it, a lot of jokes that we encounter together and stuff like that there, because it makes it even more realistic, because we're actually including our lives and parts of our lives with you, which is a lot of fun. We like to do that. We like to share that. We like to tease each other and stuff for you all to see and have a little banter and stuff, because that's all the kind of fun. All done through respect and through absolute love, no disrespect whatsoever. But we make a lot of fun together and we tease each other like crazy. But you know, if you are willing to tease someone, you have to be willing to be teased as well, because you know, you're going to come up on people that are just as witty as you and just as fast as you and just as funny as you, and you have to be able to take it in the same way that you expect them to take it. So don't expect to tease people and then people not tease you back. If you watch at Q, Q especially, there are hundreds of our family that tease me every time we go to Q now. Always asking for Jeannette, don't want to see me, pushing me one side. And that's all through fun and respect and love. All right, and here, right now where I am, there's no wind getting to me. The air is almost stagnant. It is so hot and so humid right here where I am. I'm under the shadiest spot here, and sweat is pouring off of me like a tap. When I'm walking, I'm generating a little bit of air, because behind the bush now, that little very light southeast wind that we're getting when we're on the beach just now is nil and void. So it's hot out here. All right, we're not step at the shorter one here. We can continue to go up a little further. I'll show you a look out from here, where we can actually see Bottom Bay to give you your pinpoint location of where we are. I also drive all across here in the war wagon all the time. Haven't done it since last year, and I can see why now too, because it's all overgrown. Before, you could drive up through here comfortably and go through this section here. It's all overgrown. I wouldn't risk it right now, because if your tires, the side walls of your tires, get caught in any of these coral heads, it's going to pop it or flatten it. You can see even the old bush here is coming up as well. So I wouldn't really drive through here now. You should actually go behind this clump, not through here. Behind this clump here, you can still see the old tracks of people coming the other way and parking as well. That is Bottom Bay over there. You can see a white wall at the end of the north end of the beach. You can see where right behind this bush is where you would park. You can see the little shanty guys are set up over there to shelter and sell their goods from, their drinks and souvenirs and stuff. We just want to give you the landmarks of where we are, because we did a walk from up there. We might even walk that way and end off there, so we comprehensively do a section of the cliff for you as well. We may consider that now. We, the royal we of course, but talking for myself and my wife as well at this time. Lookout points again, another beautiful one. Again, you can see the superficial cracks over here before the last set of rocks dropped off. Started to create them further in on the cliff itself because of the heavy weights and stuff before that drop. But this is the entirety of this beach. I'm going to do it in quietness. I'm going to give you an upward scan and let you take in this here, and then give you a reverse across the sea and let you really absorb the beauty of this place. Here we go. there's one day I could comfortably say that I can get in this ocean, because I can't be seeing this here and then drive down past the south coast, because out there's like a lake right now, because any swell that's coming in is coming off of the east, so east and slightly north of east. So over there we see like a lake. I'm going to go over there and get a swim in a minute, and as you can see, the west is probably going to encounter some rain. That's the center of the island right now. That would be the area like Charles Road Bridge, St. George, that kind of area is what you'll be seeing that convection over, has been happening for the last few days and the last couple of weeks as well. We're going to walk over because we're going to comprehensively cover where we started from, where we started our vlogs of Bottom Bay and Palmetto from the other day. We're going to go back to that direction there now, and we're going to show you it. We're going to walk as close to the cliff as possible, so you can actually enjoy the beauty and scenery from out here. I just diverted a little bit inland there because I wasn't too sure what I was doing. I said originally we were going to stop there. However, we can go a little further over, let you enjoy some more of the beautiful scenery of this beach and elevated views of the sands and stuff here, which is absolutely incredible. I've just come from there to here, and the angle again gives me an entirely different view of up on the cliffs here where I was standing over there, so I couldn't see. I'm actually being able to see under them from here, so stunning. This is Harrismith Beach. If you're not, if you're only now coming on of capturing it, we do recommend you go back and have a look from the beginning. We do a comprehensive walkthrough. We're not doing an editing. We're not showing you a point A, a point B, a point C, flicking to point Z, flicking back to point D. We are showing you it comprehensively, step by step. So when you're walking now, you're walking with us. You're hearing us in this case here, unless you want to put on some music in the background. This is some Bob Marley or something, but then you wouldn't hear the ocean. So it'd be recommended you to stay on and get the breaks of the ocean that you're hearing, because they're quite lovely. And we are going to be bringing you this walk as though you're with us, and that's the whole intention. We don't want to do what others do. We want to do what the Journey 246 does, and that's something different to everyone else. You know, we're not so running behind numbers as a lot of people. You know, we do this here because we know that whoever is on is going to benefit from it, or at least find some kind of pleasure, whatever it be, you know, from walking these areas with us, from hearing what we're saying, from enjoying these views as though they're actually here in the island, you know. So that is what is important. The important thing is that those that are on who need this here, because a lot of people need it. We need it. We need this serenity. We need this peace. Without this here, our lives would not be the same. So we're going to bring you out here, and we're going to create the environment for you to do the same for yourself. We can't help you find serenity. We can't help you find peace. We can't help you find love for yourself or give love to others for you. We can give love for ourselves, but we can't do any of those things. There are things you have to do for yourself. However, what we can do is doing exactly what we are doing. We're practicing our serenity, and we're doing the absolute best that we can for you and for ourselves, of course. More views of this area. Sun beginning to get a little overhead now, so you're going to get a little bit of overhead glare coming in, but you can still see. So I just told you about the guy down there on the beach. You can see he's actually roasting some fish and barbecue and some breadfruit right now. So that's what's happening over. That's his wood fire that's under there. So that's what I'm telling you about, that you are not aware of people being on this beach. There could be people on this beach when you're down here and you're not aware of it. So I don't think you need to say that again. I think you understand pretty clearly what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, don't throw caution to the wind. Don't think you're on a Caribbean island and that everything is perfect and nothing goes wrong. This is just a small, beautiful island with some amazing people, but we also have one or two of the elements that are not so amazing, that find their own fun and joy in making it unpleasant for others. So remember that. It's just like back home, but we have our more of our beautiful people to help you see the beautiful Barbados as well. Little cliffs and plateaus. These are basically fishing outlooks and areas people will be casting their rods from. However, again, they're going to give us different viewpoints of this whole place. We said comprehensive. This is what we term as comprehensive. Harrismith, man, absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so we will end our vlog officially, our video officially. I know if this was a live, Jeannette was on now, she would say, you mean for the 10th time or the 12th time, because I don't know how long you'll be following the Journey 246 or walking with us. But if you have been for a little while, you would know that we generally can say goodbye up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, especially if it's a queuing community, because you can't be saying goodbye and a family member come and say hello and how are you going, and turn the camera off for them and say we're saying goodbye, we don't want to talk to anybody, because that's not the way we live. So we tend to have to start, we stop, start, we stop, start, we stop, and that's how it goes, and we're quite contented with that. Water a little bit sandy in this general area here. There is a little movement of sand, so you're not really seeing transparency that you would, but it's giving us a lovely lighter cast on the inside here before you get to the darker blue. That really is turning the charm on. If you're not feeling some kind of joy right now, or some kind of satisfaction right now for what you're seeing, I don't know really what I can do for you at this present time. All I can say is rewind it and try again, because this is as beautiful as it will get anywhere in this world. You can even see where the waves are breaking, even in the sections between where the white water is. You can see the actual reef out there. You can see the colors of the reef itself. That will be shallower than the waters in front of it or behind it, so you can see that itself. It is a stunning and spectacular day. I mean, this is as good as it gets. It doesn't get any better than this, to be real honest with you. Look at this. So don't worry about those rain clouds over there, they'll take care of themselves. We're talking about right where we are at this very minute. I'm going to let you enjoy some of this as we spin around very slowly. Here we go. Wow. I know there may be some folks that come on that think these vlogs are way too long and that we could have done it in half the time, but that is not how we want to do it. Remember, this journey is our journey that we're to walk as we believe we're supposed to walk. It is for us to bring to you what we do. We're sharing what we do. So if this is how we think we like to do it, if this is how we want to be, this is how we want to walk with you and have your company with us as we go through step by step, this is how we have to do it. We're not doing it for popularity, we're doing it for the healing and the love that's generated from what we're doing. So it's not anything against what anyone else may prefer or want to see, but for us, this is how we really want to enjoy life. So this is how we want to share our lives with you. The Journey 246. Way too pretty not to be showing these here. The angles and all waking up, all the cliff in the lower section that we couldn't see from where we were. You could see the overhangs over there we have talked about before. You can see some boats off of St. Lawrence just out in the outer section. Really beautiful. I mean, the conditions today are absolutely perfect. We've dived many times on this outer reef before, trammel net diving and other types of diving. So I'm not really familiar with this northern section. I've only done it a few times, but like from the crane going back around to the southeast side, around by Long Bay, Long Beach and stuff like that there, yeah, we've done all there quite a lot in our earlier years when we used to trammel net dive. On that point, I like to say good morning to Ashley and Trot. Two of those I used to trammel net dive with all the time, so you're coming to my mind again. I always like to touch my memories because my memories spark some beauty in my life, you know. We've all learned from our hard knocks. I had a lot of hard knocks. I'm not saying I had more than anybody else. I'm not asking if anyone for any sympathy or pity. I'm just telling you I had a lot of hard knocks in my life. I brought them on myself though. Not because of anyone. No one is to take the blame for what I put myself into. But I'll tell you, I have learned from them. And learning from them has taught me what's important in life for me, not what's important for other people. Everything I say is how I'm feeling. So what's important for me in my life is contentment. I found it. I'm contented with who I am and the strives that I am making to become the person who I wish to be. I'm contented to be at the pace that I'm going at. I'm contented in my possessions, which are so limited but are so satisfactory. I'm contented in my marriage. I'm contented in the family that I've married into, my family. I'm contented of waking up every morning and being who I am. I don't ever get up and say, I wish I was, because those days no longer exist. Because that wishing doesn't work. First of all, it means that you're not be contented because you're wishing for something else. I have reached contentment. You know, that is the honest truth. I am able to come out here in my retirement and walk these cliffs and heal myself. I need so much healing, but I'm on the way. I'm on the road to recovery. So I'm healing myself, and being able to heal myself is giving me the opportunity to be able to help others who may be finding themselves in an awkward position where they too themselves need to be seeing stuff like this, and also need to be hearing someone else that's going through these struggles, and someone else that's finding the ways to get through these struggles, finding the ways to dull that sharp edge of life, the part that cuts you through life and it makes you think sometimes, is it really worth living? I am finding these solutions for myself to get through them, and Jeannette is also finding hers, and we're hoping that the journey that we are taking to find our own healing and find our own love is bringing benefit to others, bringing a calmness, bringing a sense of peace, and bringing a sense of understanding that there are people in this world that all we want to do is have a good time in life, to talk to people, to leave a situation laughing, and also feeling in our hearts contented that we have been somewhere and we've made a difference to someone. And that is the important part. And difference to someone can start yourself. It doesn't even have to go anywhere. So if you walk away and you feel good to yourself, that's the main thing. Anything else from there on is just an extra benefit. All right, so this is where we're gonna stop. Our official stop. We started from just over there, just where that first old dead tree is. When we did our bottom bay, we walked all across top of bottom bay. We went down all on the beach, walked up all on the caves here, up the other end, and showed you where there's a breakaway up there underneath the cliff. It has sand under it. We've also, which you've not seen yet, is our walk from up here at the top of bottom bay where the steps are, right around to Palmetto Bay, onto Palmetto Bay, and all along the cliffs of Palmetto Bay. We've covered all this here extremely well. So we will now have you knowing what is here to be seen. Remember, what you're seeing, you might be saying, well, that is beautiful, that is lovely, Nick, thanks a lot. Now you don't have to go there. No, now you have to come here, because you are not feeling what I am feeling. I can promise you that. If you're feeling to yourself now a feeling of satisfaction and peace and happiness, and you're contented with the beauty you're seeing, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if you have the opportunity to come out here and walk on this beach, hang out with these guys down here renting chairs, get some drinks for them, chill out on here for the day and enjoy life up here, or just come and walk the cliffs the way we are, please do so, because this is definitely an experience that you will never forget. If you watch this video now, I can promise you, if you come and walk the same rock you just walked just now, you are going to do it in silence, first of all, without me talking. You are going to be taking it in for yourself. You're going to be understanding the fresh breeze that's coming off the ocean. It has a little cooling effect to it, but very, very light. It's not interfering with the microphone. You'll also have the sense of the humidity and the heat coming off of that cloud. You can see rain down there in St. George, and probably maybe Upper Christchurch pouring. Definitely, that's all rain that you're seeing down there. You can actually see maybe trace a little bit of a rainbow somewhere down in there as well. It looks like it lightish just to the side, right side of center of the screen. Don't know if it'll actually materialize or not, but you can see, man, it is it is really raining down there. So thanks again for joining us. We're going to go back to our closest lookout here and look out. Actually, no, you can do that right here. You don't have to go back in that direction. I don't need to walk in that direction to give you a sign off of peace and serenity, because all around us, and we're better to do it than from this point here where we did not take in the other day with the 4K resolution of Bottom Bay. This will give us the ending here. I hope you enjoy this walk. You've walked with us step by step, side by side of this entire cliff area this morning. You know, this is something that we take absolute pleasure in doing, and it's something that gives us the energy and the reset and the ability to deal with everything that's going on, and letting us understand how blessed and fortunate we are. There's some people who stand here, walk over here, look at this beach, say, oh yeah, that's a nice beach, and walk and go away. They wouldn't look around the corner there and see, oh, that's a lovely little cliff, a lovely little cove section up there. By the way, we have all on the 4K as well. That's beautiful outside reef. Look at the colors of the blues, listen to the sounds of the sea, smell the sea spray, look at that white foam coming off the rocks and the water cascading off the higher elevations when it pulls back. There are little things that you will see that you may not take in when you're on the vlog. Have a blessed day, and again, thank you for joining Jeannette and myself on the journey 246 as we all walk towards that light, a light of where we know is the right and separates us from the wrong. Have a blessed day to you all. One peace and one love to everyone. Catch you later.